Welcome to JS Production, and today I'm going to share with you the answers of Biology Paper 1 of 2010, and I'm only going to share with you question 1 to 10. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. So question 1 reads, the diagram below shows a cell from a leaf of a plant. So as you can see, that's the diagram. So part A, that's the nucleus. The function of the nucleus is to control all the cell activities. Part B, that's the cytoplasm. The function of the cytoplasm is to store all the nutrients of the cell. Part C, that's the vacuole. The function of the vacuole is to store the cell sap. And part D, that's the chloroplast. The function of the chloroplast is to trap sunlight. So the question proceeds, which of the labeled parts stores salts? So the part that stores salts is the vacuole, which is represented by multiple choice C. Question 2 reads, the diagrams below show 4 different animal cells as seen through a microscope. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So cell 1, that's the muscle cell. As you can see, it has a shape of that of the spindle, or it is spindle shaped. Then cell 2, that's the white blood cell, and that can be seen through its structure of the nucleus. Then cell 3, that's the red blood cells, and you can identify that that's a red blood cell due to the absence of the nucleus. Then cell 4, that's a neuron, and I can identify that that's a neuron because of the presence of the dendrites. So the question proceeds, what are these cells called? So multiple choice A, 1 is a neuron, 2 a red blood cell, 3 a white blood cell, 4 a muscle cell. B, 1 is a muscle cell, 2 a white blood cell, 3 a red blood cell, 4 a neuron. Multiple choice C, 1 a muscle cell, 2 a neuron, 3 red blood cell, 4 white blood cell. D, 1 white blood cell, 2 muscle cell, 3 red blood cell, 4 neuron. So my answer here is B, which has 1 muscle cell, 2 white blood cell, 3 red blood cell, and 4 a neuron. Question 3 reads, the process that can reduce the rate of photosynthesis is A, respiration. So respiration is the process by which organisms produce energy, where glucose is broken down in the presence or absence of oxygen. And during the process of respiration, carbon dioxide is produced. And since carbon dioxide is one of the products that is required in the process of photosynthesis, this means that respiration can increase the rate of photosynthesis. So I'm going to cancel out respiration. What about B, pollution? So pollution is the process by which the environment is made unhealthy, and pollution cannot affect photosynthesis, so I'm going to cancel out B. Then C, I have germination. Germination is the process by which an organism grows. So germination does not affect photosynthesis. I'll cancel out C. What about D, which is transpiration? So transpiration is the process by which plants lose water through leaves. And since one of the products that is required in the process of photosynthesis, it's water to combine with carbon dioxide, and transpiration involves losing of the water molecules. This means that transpiration can reduce the rate of photosynthesis. So my answer on question 3 is D, which is transpiration. Question 4 reads, what is the total number of teeth in the mouth of a rabbit whose dental formula is that of the incisors 1/1, of the canines 0, 0, 0 divided by 0, of the premolars 0 divided by 0, of the molars 3 divided by 3. So for me to find the total number of teeth in the rabbit, I need to add all the numbers in the upper jaw and multiply them by 2. I also need to add the numbers on the lower jaw, and I multiply the number by 2. So adding numbers on the upper jaw, I have 1 of the incisors plus 0 of the canines plus 0 from the premolars plus 3 from the molars. I'm having 4. 4 multiplied by 2, that's 8. Then coming to that of the lower jaw, for the incisors I'm having 1, plus for the canines I'm having 0, plus from the premolars I'm having 0, plus from the molars I'm having 3. So 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 3, that's 4. 4 multiplied by 2, that's 8. And 8 plus 8, the answer is 16. So the total number of teeth in this rabbit is 16. So let us look at these multiple choices. So A have 14, B have 6, C have 8, and D have 28. And on these multiple choices, I don't have 16. So this means there was a mistake on this question. I think it was given as a free mark. We proceed to question 5. The diagram below shows an experiment to investigate osmosis. So I have that diagram. I have sugar solution X, and I have sugar solution Y. I also have the Vaskin tube. Then after 30 minutes later, as you can see, the experiment is going to be in that way, where the size of the sugar solution Y in the Vaskin tube will reduce. So this process can only occur if the amount of water molecules in sugar solution Y is more than the amount of water molecules in sugar solution X. So the question proceeds and says, which of the following statement is correct about sugar solution X and sugar solution Y? So A states solution Y is more concentrated than solution X. B states solution X is more concentrated than solution Y. C states both solutions X and Y are of equal concentration. D states sugar molecules diffused out of solution Y into solution X. So here my answer is B, which states solution X is more concentrated than solution Y. Question 6 reads, which of the following graphs shows the effect of light intensity on the rate of photosynthesis in a pond wind? So I have these graphs of A, I have B, I have C, and I have D. And these graphs, they're expressed in the following ways. I have number of oxygen bubbles in minutes, and I have distance from the light intensity. So if I look at graph A, that cannot be the answer. If I look at graph B, that cannot be the answer. If I look at graph C, that's my answer. And if I look at graph D, that cannot be my answer. And graph C is my answer. This is because there is the plant, the pond wind, which is the plant, is placed at a certain distance. So as you can see, distance from the light intensity. So if the plant is close to the light intensity, the rate of photosynthesis will start to increase, and this will mean there will be an increase in the number of oxygen that will be produced. But after the pond wind is moved further from the light intensity, photosynthesis will start to reduce. So my answer is C. Question 7 reads, the following diagram show an experimental procedure to investigate the mineral salt requirements of rice plants grown in different culture solutions. So I have plant X lacking nitrogen, plant Y lacking magnesium, plant Z lacking phosphorus. So nitrogen is used in the production of proteins, and the absence of nitrogen in plants will mean the plant will not grow. Then magnesium is required in the production of chlorophyll, which is the green pigment in leaves, and the absence of magnesium will lead to a disease of a plant which is referred to as chlorosis. The chlorosis disease. Then phosphorus is needed in the formation of roots. So the question continues and reads, what would be the deficiency symptoms observed in plants X, Y, and Z after 3 weeks? So I have deficiency symptom in plant X, deficiency symptom in plant Y, and deficiency syndrome in plant Z. So for A, started growth in plant X, then plant Y, poor root development, plant Z, yellowing of leaves. Then multiple choice B, I have started growth in plant X, yellowing of leaves in plant Y, poor root development in plant Z. Then multiple choice C, I have poor root development in plant X, started growth in plant Y, yellowing of leaves in plant Z. Multiple choice D, I have poor root development in plant X, yellowing of leaves in plant Y, started growth in plant Z. So here my answer is B. In B, I have started growth in plant X, yellowing of leaves in plant Y, and poor root development in plant Z. Question 8 reads, the figure below shows changing energy requirements with age and type of occupation. So as you can see, I have my graph. Then the question proceeds. What is the difference in energy requirements between a boy aged 5 years and a 25-year-old adult doing heavy work? So the boy aged 5 years is using about 6,000 kilojoules. According to the graph, I've just approximated that figure because I'm having 5,000 and the energy levels, as you can see on the graph, it is above 5,000. So I've just estimated that as being 6,000 kilojoules. And what about an adult of 25 years doing heavy work? That's below 20,000, and I can get that as 19,000 if I do approximate that figure. So 19,000 minus 6,000, I'm having 13,000 kilojoules. So let us look at these multiple choices. A, 8,000 kilojoules. B, 10,000 kilojoules. C, 12,000 kilojoules. D, 14,000 kilojoules. So I need to choose one between 12,000 and 14,000. So I think here the answer might be 14,000 kilojoules. Question 9 reads, the diagram below shows processes taking place in an organism. So I have large fat droplets. So if they take process 1, it will lead to breaking down to small fat acids plus glycerol. Then if they take process 2, it will lead to fats being burnt to release energy. And if they take process 3, this will lead to undigested food. And if they take process 4, it will lead to release as wastes. The question proceeds, which numbered part represents the process of respiration? So respiration involves the production of energy. So on the diagram, the reproduction of energy is only process 2. So let us see on these multiple choices: A, 2 only; B, 1 and 2; C, 1 and 3; D, 2 and 3. So my answer is A, which is 2 only. Question D reads, the diagram below shows chemical digestion of a nutrient in the human body. So I have a lipid molecule, I have enzyme K, I have my M, and I have my L. So if this is a lipid molecule, enzyme K, that's a lipase enzyme, and the product that are supposed to be produced is fatty acids and glycerol. And you must note that there's only one type of glycerol, and there are different types of fatty acids. So M represents glycerol and L represents fatty acids. So the question proceeds, identify enzyme K and products M and L. So multiple choice A, I have enzyme K as lipase, product M as fatty acid, product L as glycerol. Then B, enzyme K as lipase, product M as glycerol, product L as fatty acids. Then C, enzyme K as trypsin, product M as peptides, product L as amino acids. Then D, enzyme K as maltase, product M as glucose, product A as fructose. So my answer is B, which is enzyme K as lipase, product M as glycerol, product A as fatty acids. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. This program has been brought to you by Jos Wale, promoting free education around Zambia. I'll meet you next time. Peace.